Dwayne here, PhoenixTypewriter.com. We're going to look at IBM Selectric 2 and the indexing and how it indexes up over here. The line spacing index assembly today, and sometimes how it doesn't line up from line to line. Should be nice and steady, even. Sometimes it's not. Alright, let's take a look here. Index assembly is over here by the ratchet. Right there. And right here, this piece drives down. Here's how you adjust the index. So that's one space, 1.5, 2 on this Selectric 2. First thing we need to do if we're going to look at indexing is make sure everything is in order. I'm going to take this lower cover off, part of the operational, so I can look at the operational shaft down here, because we're going to start down here. This machine uses this cam right here and this piece right here to drive the index. That piece moves, that moves the index up there. You see that bar moving. So first thing we need to check down here is to make sure that this cam roller right here doesn't have a groove in it. Just be a solid piece of steel right here. Sometimes it will get a groove right here, an actual wear groove. If that's the case, it's got to be replaced. Next thing down here we need to look at, make sure everything is in order, is this bushing right here. This causes, if that bushing is loose, it's a support bushing, it won't index right. And this one is in proper place. It shouldn't have any movement when we index this through like this. Should be nice and tight. Holds that shaft steady. If all that is in order, then we need to move up to the index paw assembly up here and take a look and see what's happening here. So first thing we can check is to make sure this index arm is moving down all the way. You can do it with your finger. You can push it down, turn the roller at the same time, push it down to see how far it goes. It should go back here on 2, it should go 4 spaces when it's got the 54 tooth ratchet, which is most common, these fine teeth right here. If it's on 1 space up here, it should just go 2 notches. 1, 2, that's it. 1, 2. There are different size ratchets here. Selectric 2 and 3, that one is the most common, but the Selectric ones had this style, and they also had a built-in roller like this on the arm. The Selectric 2 we're looking at has this roller assembly. The roller's not there. It should have a roller similar to that one, that little roller right there. You got to make sure that that's not missing in action. They will come out of there, and then that will rub on this metal leader edge right here, which cause all kinds of problems. So it's got to have this little roller, and it turns. Same thing with this one here, it turns so it doesn't wear out. Make sure all that stuff is in order, and we're going to come up here to the index and take a look here a little closer up here. So probably going to need a tool here to do this job so we can manually turn it. So if I hit the index here, right here on the button down here, or return, it will index manually. And this one is a little weak. Maybe. Let's see. It's going to 2 notches. So next thing to check whenever you're doing index repair is to make sure this collar right here is turning freely on the Platen. If it's frozen, which it will do, it gets oil in here and seizes up, it'll cause problems. So that collar should move freely. No play, just move freely. What we're going to look at is, again, make sure everything is in order. There's a pivot here for this index arm, detent arm, and it is part of this shaft right here where that screw is. And there's a nut on this side over here, corresponding nut right there. Got to make sure that's tight. There can't be any slop in there or that'll cause problems, but you can't over tighten it. Whatever you do, don't over tighten this piece or it will break the stud off inside, and you got to deal with that. So this has the index arm right here, right there, and there's also a stopper right there. Get another little pointer thing here. There's also a shoe that stops it from going, and that's right there, that silver piece. That silver piece is connected up here to this little eccentric nut right here, which is tightened up with this screw right there. Hard to see it on the camera. It's weird. I see it. Huh. I see. I keep thinking it was that screw on the camera. It's this one down here underneath this. Kind of hard to see it from that angle. There we go, right there. The camera's giving me an optical illusion there. That's got an eccentric nut on it right here. So we need to loosen this screw, turn this eccentric nut one way or the other. That adjusts the paw stopper, which is hiding back here, right there. That's gonna be the main adjustment on this machine. And so one thing, you know, when you do this manually, you need to make sure it's pulling this link down enough. So when you press index, it's got to be able to pull that down far enough to make a complete movement, or it's going to go short. Generally, unless somebody got in here and tinkered with it, it doesn't push it too far, unless somebody adjusts that link inadvertently trying to do something that they shouldn't. So what we're going to do here is put the roller back in here, and we're going to see how this plays out. So under index, like I said, it goes, we'll get this on set on 1, should drive 2 spaces, 1, 2, there we go. If it's going too far, if it goes 1.5 spaces, you can do this manually up here, 1, 2. If it goes too far, you need to loosen this screw right here. Get myself a screwdriver, that'll work. Loosen that screw and adjust this nut accordingly. It's an eccentric nut, so it's an adjustment as you turn this nut. It moves this arm in and out, this shoe. So if you move this one direction, you can index this up and you can feel it. It's going a little too far now. I should have stopped right there. It's going too far. So we want to adjust this the other way. Up this way, like this. Now we can try it. Push that 1, 2. It's too short. So now we'll just adjust this back down a little bit. A happy medium. Press this One, maybe just a little more. It's kind of a weird adjustment. There's a little bit of slop in there, so you need to just tinker with this until it gets just right. I'm going to go back up just a little. Right there, and tighten this up. And we're going to look at this. 1, 2. Run the center power a couple times here. Let's try it again. 1. So it's short now. It needs to go a little further. So I'm going to loosen this just a hair. You got to come this direction with this nut, just like that a little bit. 1, 2, right on the money. Tighten the nut up, power it up, run it. That's pretty close right there. Another way you can verify this is you can hold the detent out like this, pull that paw out. The same thing happens when you press this lever. It moves the detent out, so there's no clicks. You can do this with a spring hook. Grab the leading edge of this arm, pull it out, turn the machine on, hit index once, and then put this roller back in place, and you can feel if it falls right within the tooth. If it's too far up, you'll feel it walk down. If it's too far short, you'll feel it. It should fall right in the middle of these teeth. It's a very precise adjustment. That is just a little bit of trial and error, and can be adjusted. So that's your main adjustment right here. This little guy with the centric nut. And if it's going too far, you need to turn this nut accordingly. You'll have to just turn it a little bit and see how it adjusts. 1, 2, bottoms out. 1, 2, bottoms out. You can also put this on 4 back here, 2 line spaces. It goes 4 notches. 1, 2, 3, 4, right on the money. So that's going to be the main adjustment on this machine. If everything else is in order, that's the final adjustment right here. This little paw assembly. And that's how you basically tackle an index on IBM Selectrics 2s and 3s with that version of a tooth, 54th tooth ratchet. Alright, good day.